Welcome to another episode of Studio 1106. My wife asked me to build things and she said, Kent, we need a blanket ladder. I'm not exactly sure what a blanket ladder is. So I told Pess, I said, I guess we need to make a blanket ladder, and he came up with a design and a plan, and I'm gonna get a blanket ladder maybe for free built today. And after he's done building it, I'm gonna stain it the way that my wife says she wants me to, and she probably won't like it, and then, but I'll show you the staining process that I go through after it's built.
All right, so there's probably 1,000 different ways to build a blanket ladder online. We picked what we thought was the easiest one, and all we need to do that is two 2x4s, two dowels, two 4-foot dowels, 8-foot 2x4s, a drill, 1-inch bit, some wood glue, pencil, tape, and saw. So let's get at it. Okay, after getting some flack, I've decided to wear safety glasses. I do own a pair, I just rarely work inside. So I'm safetied up now. We have decided to go with a 6-foot blanket ladder. You can go however tall you want, but we're gonna go 6 feet. All right, we're now gonna cut our angles. There's a few different ways to cut your angles. I'm gonna go with the simplest one. You're gonna take your cut off. We had an 8-foot 2x4. We got 2 feet left. You're gonna put the blanket ladder against the wall as you would have it in your house. Some people might want more of a steep pitch.
Well, who wants a pitch that steep like that?
We're gonna go about that. So you take your cut off. You're just gonna scribe the top. Move the Coors Light there.
Yeah. Well,
scribe the bottom. And you're gonna cut this and trace it on your other side.
On your other stuff.
Right there, yeah.
Beauty.
All right, I've cut the one side. Now I'm gonna scribe this side onto the side that's not cut yet. So they're the exact same. All right, we have 2 pieces the exact same. We have a 6-foot ladder, so we're gonna lay our rungs out 1 foot on center. I'm gonna lay them out on the back, transfer my line to the center of the ladder. Now I can mark these up because I know Kent's wife is gonna make him stain it, sand it, and stain it. So that's 3, 4, 5.
You can take these guys.
All right, we've transferred our marks to the center. Now we got to find the center of the ladder so all our holes are in the same spot. We chose a 2x4, which is 3.5 inches wide. So we're going to split that in half. It's going to be 1.75 inches both ways. And you're going to mark that on every line that we transferred down the inside of the rungs. All right, we have it all marked out. We chose a 1-inch dowel, so we got a 1-inch bit. There's a few ways to determine that every dowel is the same depth. So I marked a 3/4 mark on my speed square, so when I drill them down, they're all the same depth. You don't want them to be different.
Get a louder drill.
There we go. So I just marked 3/4 there, put it in the hole, I got 3/4. I'm gonna do that 10 times. All right, so we've chosen to cut our rungs 17.5 so that we have 16 inches in the middle. These holes are drilled 3/4 of an inch, so you're losing 1.5 inches right off the hop.
Got those glasses on.
They're on. I forgot to put them on while we were drilling. I just remembered. All right, so this is what our blanket ladder is going to look like when it's done. First we have to take this apart, glue it, and clamp it. Let it sit for a little bit. All right, so got your wood glue, your hole. You want to glue the shit out of this hole so that when you put your plug in, all the white stuff comes out.
A lot of white stuff. Oh, that's in there.
Turn it a bit.
Nice.
There you go. All right, so dowels are glued. We're gonna wipe off all the excess glue. Then we're gonna clamp them together. And Ken can finish painting it. You want to make sure that when you clamp these, you're clamping them so the dowels are square. Not even a bad idea to take your framing square. That's how it's going to dry.
So I told you guys that I was going to show you how to stain it because I thought I was going to maybe whitewash it, but instead I decided that I was going to paint the rungs white and just stain the outside. And I showed my wife the sort of not final product, but sort of my first coat, and she didn't like it. So now what I have to do is sand off all of the white, and then I'm just gonna stain the rungs. You guys don't really need to watch it. It's pretty easy to just wipe stain on with a towel and get it the way you want. I'll only really show you the staining process when I'm doing something that's a little bit more unique. It's pretty easy to just wipe it on. So this will probably take me about 2 hours to sand these off and restain it, and we'll show you the final product. Thanks. And there you have it. The moral of this story is make sure you ask your wife before you start finishing a project, because she's probably gonna have her own input, and always listen to your wife. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.